Jnanam Janasamatam Chakshurumidikam Jnana Tasmai Shri Gurunaya Mukam Kuriti Vachara Pamavam Jyoti Yakripatamaham Bande Shri Gurunam Jyotikaram Ansho Bhagavata Sriham Sada Dasas Visarvata Takripa Dakshamodattam Takveshya Satkaram He Guru Jnanadane Bandhu Sandhata Gurunayaka Sankara Vrindavana Sindhita Vatana Sita Pradmatma Nava Shishtam Yomapi Sakshi Puchamatra Sarukam Rupam Tisarvam Parimatam Dushavatam Radha Kundam Divanam Mahodadikam Masam Bhakti Yasya Patika Putaya Shri Gurum Tantrasamsi Bande Nandha Bhutashvaram Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nichoki Yaprasaditsa Bhakti Shastra Bhagavatam Nityanandam Hanyani Saranandam Harinama Parandevam Navajoti Shivoni Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram So before speaking of my Ananta Koti, Shastanga, Dandavat Pranam, for the Sri Mandira, Shamastri, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, to the Lotus feet of his beloved God brothers, Srila Bhakti Bhagavad Guru Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Guru Goswami Maharaj, to his beloved grandsons, Srila Bhakti Bhagavad, Bhakti Diksha Vishnu Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Bhaja, Srila Bhakti Devotee Bhaja Maharaj. And I offer my respectful obeisances to all of you. Mancha Kapati Krishna Sija Devacha Patitanam Pavani Vaishnavi. So this Prabhu was not misunderstanding what Srila Vidya Maharaj was saying. What does it mean when Krishna kills us? Because it said, Krishna is killing the gopis. Does that mean he has some with his chakra or with his sword? No. They're dying in separation from Krishna because they can't see Krishna. They're cursing Lord Brahma that you're a very imperfect creator because you've made these eyes. How many times in a minute do we blink our eyes? So this blink is called Nameshena. Chakshusha Pradishaitam Shanyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Vidahinam. They can't tolerate one Nimeshena, separation from Krishna. They're dying in separation from Krishna. They're saying, Krishna, you're killing me. We want this. Krishna has killed each and every last material desire. Because you can't feel that way for Krishna if you're full of material desires. Material desires are enemy. The material life, it's their whole life is dedicated to the fulfillment of material desire. My body, my mind, my senses. Or we can say, I me mine. This is their mantra. I me mine, I me mine, I me mine, I me mine. Everything is for me, everything is mine. I am the center of the universe. Ishwaraham aham bhogi sadoham balavam sukhi. Krishna describes this as the demoniac mentality. Ishwaraham, I am the supreme controller. But what can we control, actually? We're completely under the control of the modes of material nature. Krishna says, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manite. Only vimudha, not just mudha, vimudha. Particularly foolish person thinks, Kartaham, I'm doing everything, Ishwaroham, I'm the Lord, I'm the Master, I'm the controller. Krishna says this person is vimudha, foolish. What can we control? We're under the control of the modes of material nature. So until we rise above that and become gunatita suchate, transcendental to the influence of the modes of material nature. If we're controlled by matter, if we're attracted to matter, if we want to enjoy in this material world, we'll never get this feeling that the gopis have for Krishna. That one blink of an eye they take to be like 12 years separation from Krishna. This is our highest aspiration. This is why we practice bhakti. This we have to identify in our own life. Why am I doing this? Why do I take trouble to get up? I could sleep. Why do I control my tongue? I could eat anything that pleases my tongue. Why do I control my tongue? Why do I control my senses? Why do I rise early, take bath? Why don't I just sit in front of the TV all day long? This is the life of most materialistic people. Their face is glued to the TV. They eat in front of the TV. They fall asleep in front of the TV. When they wake up, first thing they do is turn on the TV and then turn on their mobile phone. This is their life. How will they get this feeling, this most exalted, this precious feeling of separation from Krishna, love of God? If you really love someone, how can you bear separation? If it's a casual relationship, it doesn't matter. Okay, see you later. No big deal. But if you really love somebody, you feel separation. This is our highest goal of life, is to feel intense separation. Vipralamba bhava. There's two things, separation and meeting. Meeting is not the objective. This is why the Mahishis of Dwarka, the queens of Dwarka, they don't feel separation. They're with Krishna. Krishna expands himself 16,108 times to be with each and every queen. And he gives every queen a palace. Some people criticize. Who is this Krishna? This is some cowherd boy. Insignificant cowherd boy. Dancing with other women's wives, other men's wives. Such a debauchee. But they don't take the whole picture, they pick and choose. Vedas are not a salad bar. I'll take a little of this. They have salad bar in India? Probably not. In America they have like a buffet. You can go, I'll take some capsicum, I'll take some celery, some lettuce, some this. And you build your salad. Spiritual life is not a salad bar. A box of chocolates. Well, I'll take the one with nuts in it. No, I'll take this one with caramel in it. Spiritual life is not a box of chocolates that you pick and choose as you like. This isn't what our Guru Varga has given us. So when Vedas describe Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appears in human society in his feature as Dwarkanath or as Gopinath, we accept the whole picture. We have to accept the whole picture who is Krishna. We can't separate out the parts according to our whim. We accept the whole picture. So if they want to criticize Krishna for doing ras with other men's wives, ask them, how many gopis is Krishna doing ras with? I don't know, like 20? Maybe 100? He's doing ras with 13 million gopis. 13 million. This is God. You say, oh, he had his kingdom in Dwarka. How many palaces were there? 16,108. A palace for each queen. This is the activity of God. So if we want to have the feeling of the gopis, we have to become free from material desire. The queens of Dwarka do not feel this way. They're with their husband. Nice family life. Each wife has 10 sons. Nice family life. Krishna is there. Sometimes Krishna is lying in the bed, sometimes eating, sometimes playing with the kids. He's a person. He's not a void, a zero, a nothing, Param Brahma, Brahmajyoti. Can you love Brahmajyoti? Can you feel separation from Brahmajyoti? Foolish people think like this. Yene ravindatsa vimuktamaninas tvayasta bhavad avishuddha buddhaya auriya krishnena param padam tada padantyago nandrita yushmadam graya. Persons who have not developed sufficient intelligence cannot understand that God is a person. And because they never take shelter of the personality of God, auriya krishnena param padam tada. You think I am God. So they fall down again to this material world. If you're God, then do something. Just don't talk about it. All these big swamis get up on the stage and they Tattamasi, Shivoham, Aham Brahmasmi. In Hindi they say bakwas, no?
Bakwas.
It's all big empty talk. All big empty talk. One time, Srila Vishnu Maharaj invited me to accompany him to a opening of a Jagannath temple in Orissa. I said, okay, let's go. So it also happened that the Shankaracharya of Puri was also coming. So we got up on the stage, like what's going on, and sooner, in some time, this big caravan of Tata Sumos came. Big jeeps, and 4 men, guards, policemen with automatic weapons, machine guns. Then out steps the Shankaracharya of Puri. Now our Gopal, he's very expert at killing demons. So many demons were killed by Krishna. But do you ever see a picture of Krishna being accompanied by guards with machine guns to protect him? If you're God, my dear Shankaracharya, why do you need men with machine guns to protect you? And then he gets up on the stage and he gives a long, boring lecture. But he had to break halfway through. Why? Bathroom break. It seems God can't hold his water either. What kind of God is that? Who requires men with machine guns to protect him? Who can't hold his water? Who has to take bathroom break? This is all cheating. Simply cheating. They think, because I'm Brahma, and God is Brahma, that I'm God. This is like saying, Mr. Modi is an Indian. And Sarananda Prabhu is also an Indian. He's also Mr. Modi. Right? This is their logic. I am Brahma, God is Brahma, I am God. They can't distinguish Param Brahma. Shastra says Param Brahma and Brahma. Upadashtanamanta cha bhukta bharta maheshwara paramatmati chityukto dehismin purusha para. Within our heart there is an overseer, a witness, purusha para, a transcendental personality that is over us, that controls us, that gives us permission and activities in this world. Without his permission, nothing happens. Nothing happens. This is Krishna. So we want this feeling the gopis have for Krishna. And there's a process to get it. This is called sadhana. And the first installment of sadhana is to hear and control our mind. Maharaj was mentioning a beautiful bhajan by... who wrote that bhajan? Bhaja. Who wrote that? This, I can't remember. This bhajan, Madhuradipate. Madhuradipate. Who wrote that? Balabhacharya. Thank you, Balabhacharya. So it's a beautiful bhajan written by Govinda Das. He said, Bhaja hore mana shinanda nandana abhay charana ravindre durlava manava janama satsange torahe bhava sindhu. Very instructive bhajan. We should meditate, we should memorize this bhajan, meditate. First thing he says, Bhaja hore mana, my dear mind, please worship the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Shri Nandanana, this Lord Krishna, Shri Nandanana, the most attractive, relishable, tasteful feature of the Lord, as the son of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Baba is calling Krishna, or he said to Mother Yashoda Maya, said, what can your Krishna do? So she says, Krishna, go get your father's shoes. So Krishna takes his father's shoes on his head and places his father's shoes. Yes, Father, I brought your shoes. This is the Supreme Lord. He becomes subordinate to his devotee, or Dasarati. Arjuna should be driving Krishna, but Krishna is driving Arjuna. This is the essence of bhakti. So Sri Nandana, we should control our mind. Krishna says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru. First thing, Manmana, control your mind. Because the mind wants to go millions of other places besides Krishna. Yato yato nistilati manas chanchalamasstiram tatastita nayam yata gatman eva vashamya. Krishna says in Gita 6th chapter, Jnana Yoga. And wherever your mind goes, bring it, drag it back, and bring it under control of the self. So Bhaja Hore Mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanar Vindari. His feet are Abhaya Charan. Fearless. If we take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, what is to fear? Nothing to fear. Nothing to fear in any sphere of life. There's nothing to fear if we take shelter of the most merciful, most kind, most understanding, most forgiving personality of Godhead, who is known as Sri Nandanandana. Durlava Manava Janama Satsanga. This life as a human being is very, very rare. There's a well in this gentleman's backyard. Now in that well there are going to be amoebas and parameciums and euglenias and all types of microscopic creatures and algae. Maybe there's a frog or two. So maybe some tadpoles are swimming. Different creatures. There's billions of creatures just in this well. And each and every one of them, Vidya Baniya Sampane Brahmani Gavayastini Shuni Chaiva Swapaki Cha Pandita Samadarshinaha. The Pandit knows that wherever we see life, there's a soul just like us. But by our extreme good fortune, we get birth as a human being, and they get birth as a frog. We get birth as a frog. Purusha prakritisco hi gumte prakritijan gunan karanam gunasangasya sadasad joni janmasu. By the living beings, we all think, I am Purush, I am the master. So because when that Purush, prakritisto, he is situated in Maya, in matter, in the modes of nature, wants to enjoy in a particular way, sadasad joni janmasu. He gets a corresponding body. Someone has to be the frog. And someone has to be Lord Indra. But we get the extreme good fortune, Durlava Manava Janama Satsange. We get the good fortune of being born as a human being. This is our extreme good fortune. And how do we take advantage of it? Satsanga. Satam prasanga mama virya samvedo bhavanti vitkana rasayana kata. Das joshana dashvavarga vartmini shradharati bhakti anu kramishati. That the taste of hearing Harikatha is magnified thousands of times in the association of devotees. When we sit with Bhagavatam, maybe we're reading 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and we're reading Bhagavatam. But in association of devotees, when you're hearing sadhu speak, it becomes very relishable. Like the whole Bhagavatam, it's like the fruit touched by Shukadev. The beak of Shuka the fruit becomes more sweet when it's bitten by Shuka, parrot. So we want to hear an association of devotees. And Shraddha Bhaktir Bhaktir Anukramishiti. There's a process from Shraddha to Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. That occurs spontaneous Anukramishiti, step by step, in association of devotees. This is called Satsanga. This is, we're the most fortunate persons, not just human beings. I mean, President Trump is, some people say he's a human being, I'm not sure, by his behavior. But he looks like a human being. Maybe he's Rakshasa, nobody knows. Of course, all of leadership in America is like that. Democratic, anyway, we don't want to talk politics. So, Durlava Manava Janama Satsange Torahoe Bhava Sindhure, we cross over the entire universe, the whole material creation by Satsanga. That the lotus feet of the Lord are compared to a boat. And if we take shelter of that boat, we cross over the entire material creation as easily as one crosses over the amount of water contained in the hoof print of a calf. Samashatiye padapallava plavam mahatpadam puniyasho manare bhavambadir vatsa padam 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 yaddi padam natesham. We cross over the whole mess, the whole material experience is easily crossed over just like you step over the amount of water contained in the hoof print of a calf. The whole ocean of material experience is crossed over so easily. How? Satsanga. As satsanga. This is so important. What we're doing right now in the association of devotees enables us to cross over the entire material creation as easily as one crosses over the amount of water contained in the hoof print of a baby cow. Govinda Das goes on to say, Sita Atava Bhakta Varishana Idina Yamani Jagire Vipala Sevana Kripana Dyorachana Chapala Sukala Valagire. He says, in the blazing heat of summer, the freezing cold of winter, the rain, the wind, I'm struggling, I'm suffering in this material. For what? Why do people struggle so hard? I have a friend who lives in Bengaluru. He's a very nice man. His name is Nagendra. He spends 4 hours every day just commuting to work. Just getting there. 2 hours going, 2 hours coming. He works 6 days a week. 60 hours a week. He lives in his work. 60 hours just at work. And another 28 hours, or almost 28 hours, just getting there. He comes home to eat and to sleep. And he chants some japa when he can. This is the life of most materialistic people. They live to work. Devotee works to live. We work to maintain ourselves. There's no point in chasing material prosperity. Rupees, dollars, lira, pounds. What is the use? We live, we work to live. And what is the objective? Chapala sukha lavalagire, for flickering sense happiness. Krishna says in Gita, Yehi sansparsa jaboka dukkha yone evite ajantavanta konteya nate shu ramate gura. Nate shu ramate gura. Every material happiness has its beginning and it has its end. Let's say if you like, what's your favorite prasadam? All prasadam. You don't have a favorite? Nayanananda, what's your favorite prasadam? Halwa? Paramanna? Let's say it's pizza. Everyone's smiling. Oh yeah, pizza. Huh? Pizza, okay. So you start thinking, Jayato Vishayan Pumsara Sangastaje. Oh, pizza. A big, round, greasy pizza with lots of veggie and paneer. And you say, yes. Pizza. And you go buy a pizza. Or you go, actually, devotees shouldn't eat outside your home. You make a delicious pizza, you offer nicely to Jagannath or Gaurnitai. And then when you eat that, take that first bite, and you're doing abhishek for your tongue, you think you've gone to Swarga. Oh, so delicious. I think I'll have another. You take another piece. It's still good, but it wasn't as good as the first one, right? But you're still not satisfied, so you have another big piece of pizza. It's also good, but it wasn't as good as the second one, and definitely not as good as the first. But fourth, you can't eat a fourth piece of pizza, and then what is left of the experience? Your stomach's full. You can't eat anymore. Your tongue would like to eat more, but you can't eat anymore. What's left of the experience? Only the memory of the experience. And maybe a lingering taste in your mouth. Every material experience is like this. Ramante yoginavanante satyanana chidatmani. Devotee worships Rama because he is the reservoir of pleasure. Every material pleasure of this world is temporary. So what are people working hard? Chapala sukha lavalagire. for a chapal of soup, flickering happiness. You work hard, and it's the saddest thing. Especially in the West, you see this. People work hard all week, and it's Friday night, hey, let's party. Let's go out and enjoy. But they have to wake up Saturday morning with a headache, in someone else's bed maybe, in their own vomit maybe, and they call this happiness? It's not happiness. But they don't know any other happiness. They don't know the happiness of satsanga, the happiness of prasada, the happiness of kirtan, the happiness of reading Bhagavad Gita. It's the saddest thing. Govinda Das goes on to say, Edana jovana putra parejana itikeyachi paratitire kamala dala jala jivana talamala bhajahum haripara nitire. He says your wealth, your youth, your family, all of the assets of this material world that we hold dear are just like a drop of water on a lotus pad. The nature of lotus pad is the water never really touches it. It beads up. So if a wind comes, the water blows right off into the pond. Very temporary. It's a very nice example. The point is, Govinda Das is making this as an example because all of the things we think we can hold on to, we cannot. Hey, dhana jovana, putra parijana. Dhan, your wealth. Money means it's someone else's money someday. Isn't it? What is the point of it? If you keep it for yourself, you're not using it, what is the point of money? Money, in due course of time, becomes someone else's property. You can't keep on to it. It's a drop of water in a lotus. Jovana, youth. Youth is also very flickering. Your hair falls out, the wrinkles come, you can't hear properly, you can't speak, you can't remember anything, you can't digest, your body's stiff, you get up, oh! Instead of you jump up as a young man. She's laughing because she's young. You won't laugh when you're 60, 70 years old. You ask these Matajis. This is our future. Jovana, our youth, is flickering. Family life, like your mother and father love you so much, you're at home, but one day you're going to say, bye mom, bye dad, it's been fun. You go off and you, with your husband, you have your own. My kids, they call in America, they call it empty nest syndrome. The kids are gone. This is the future of family life. Even in the most harmonious relationship between husband and wife, somebody dies and somebody cries. Is this true? Either husband dies and wife cries, or wife dies and husband cries. It's a crying proposition. This is the nature of this world. Try and understand. We can't stay here. Krishna calls it dukhalayam, ashashvatam. It's temporary and it's full of miseries. We want to make it sukhalayam, shashvatam. I can stay here and be very happy forever. It's impossible proposition. So, Edana jovana putra parijana. Your sons, your daughters, your family, they're like water on a drop of water on a lily pad, lotus pad. So Govinda Das also proposes solution to the problem. How to come to that highest perfection in Krishna Bhakti. Shravana Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Parasevan, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmani, Vedanam. We have 9 processes of Bhakti. And the foundation is to hear. Hearing is so important. Mother is first guru. Why? Because we first hear from her. You have to teach a kid, food goes here in your mouth, not here, not here. Goes here in your mouth. We learn that from mother. Mother teaches us how to bathe, how to dress, how to tie our shoes, how to be clean, how to avoid this, how to accept this, what's right, what's wrong, how to speak, how to know, how to navigate all the complexities of life. We learn from our mother. So we have so much respect for mother because she's our first guru. We owe our mother because she's our first guru. But how does she impart that knowledge? By speaking. And how do we receive it? By hearing. Shravanam, Kirtanam. So the same principle is there in spiritual life. Can you imagine what it would be like to not be able to hear about Krishna? A very challenging thing. To hear Krishna's beautiful name, Govinda, Gopal, Nanda Nandana, Gopinath. Such beautiful names, lyrical, poetic, beautiful names of the Lord. Such a curse if you can't hear. And how will we learn? What is Gita? Who am I? We say, Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitan Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. How does he Shalakaya? Shalakaya means the Vedic stick for applying ointment. He's forcing my eyes open with the torch of knowledge high. How? Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chetete Koreya Aikya. He's speaking to us. We're hearing transcendental knowledge. So Shravanam Kirtanam is the foundation of our spiritual life. We should hear every day, we should hear something about Krishna. Because it's an unlimited topic, just to hear about Krishna. And this is the process for coming to this highest stage of Krishna Bhakti, where our heart cannot deviate an inch towards anything but Krishna. And we feel Yugayitam nameshena chakshusha prabhishayitam shanyayitam jagat sarvam Govinda virahena. That we don't want anything but Govinda, Krishna. This is the mood that was taught to us by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that will come to us if we continue doing exactly what we're doing. Chanting holy name, associating with devotees, taking only prasadam, hearing about Krishna, reading about Krishna, everything Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. That will come to us. That is our birthright. That is the legacy left to us by our acharyas. Just as a father or mother may pass away and they leave property for sons and daughters. This is that's called legacy. So the legacy that's left to us by our acharyas is this. Gopi Bhava. Ecstatic, irrepressible love of God, where you can't bear separation from Krishna. In this way, Krishna is killing all our material desires. Hare Krishna. Vancha